Most dog owners believe they are doing everything right. And yet the research consistently tells a different story. You came home today, hugged your dog, gave them a treat, and genuinely believed you were doing everything right. But between what you're doing and what your dog is actually experiencing, there is a gap most owners never see. Stanley Coren, University of British Columbia, documented that dogs carry the emotional intelligence of a human 2-year-old child. Joy, frustration, insecurity, genuine heartbreak. Your dog experiences every one of these as a measurable, neurochemically real state. 10 everyday things, all done from love, quietly damaging your dog's emotional world, and almost none of them obvious. Stay with me, because by the time we reach number 4, most dog owners go completely silent. This is The Dog Nerd, where behavioral science and genuine care for your dog are always the same thing. We start with the familiar, the everyday habits, and work toward the ones that cut the deepest. Think about what happens in your dog's brain the moment your hand reaches toward their bowl mid-meal. Dogs descended from animals that fought for every meal. Food is not pleasure to them, it is survival. When you repeatedly remove their food, even playfully, even with good intentions, you trigger an ancient, primal fear response. Veterinary behaviorists have documented food guarding as one of the most common preventable problems, and one of the most owner-created. Drop a better treat into their bowl, and teach your dog that your presence near their food means something good. You walk through the door, your dog goes wild, and you match that energy completely. It feels like pure joy. But minutes later, your dog still cannot settle, pacing, whining, nudging, unable to find the way back to calm. Your dog does not need you to mirror their excitement. They need a calm, stable presence they can orient around. Come home calm, wait 60 seconds, then greet warmly but quietly. You will notice the shift within days. Used correctly, the crate is your dog's private den, a sanctuary where nothing bad happens and rest is always guaranteed. Point to the crate in frustration, and your dog's sanctuary becomes a place associated with your disapproval. Dogs form associative memories powerfully. Once the crate carries the feeling of your disapproval, it loses its function entirely. Never send your dog to the crate as a consequence. Rebuild it with treats, meals, and their favorite things. Your dog is trembling in the corner, cortisol elevated, heart racing, experiencing the full biological reality of genuine fear. And in that moment, the one creature they trust completely is watching their distress and choosing to laugh. Your dog reads your face, your posture, and your tone of voice with a precision that still surprises researchers. When you laugh at their fear, your dog doesn't understand the joke. They understand that you did not arrive. Stay calm, speak low, be present, and let your dog come to you. That simple consistency, repeated, builds everything. Patting your dog on the head feels like love. To their nervous system, it means something quite different. This is not about trust. It is neurological wiring that predates your relationship by millions of evolutionary years. Leaning in with soft eyes, that is enjoyment. Lowering the head, shifting away, going still, that is tolerance. Nagasawa and Kikusui at Azabu University, published in Science, found that physical contact raises oxytocin in both you and your dog. Touch your dog where they lean into it, not where they endure it. Before we go further, if any of this has already changed how you see your dog, subscribe to The Dog Nerd now so you do not miss what comes next. The next 5 behaviors run deeper than anything we have covered so far. Stay with me. Monday, the sofa is allowed. Tuesday, it is not. Wednesday, it is fine again. Thursday, you shout because a guest is sitting there. Your dog does not think in rules. They think in patterns. And you have just made the pattern completely impossible to read. Research in animal learning has established that unpredictable environments produce chronic, low-level anxiety in social mammals, not through drama, but through the slow erosion of pattern reliability. What looks like stubbornness or selective memory in your dog is almost always anxiety expressed as behavioral confusion. Pick the rules, hold the rules, and communicate them to every person in your dog's household. Your dog will reward you with genuine calm. Your dog paws at your leg. You keep scrolling. They nudge your hand. You move it away. They stare. You do not look up. Every one of those gestures is a deliberate, specific communication attempt from an animal using its entire vocabulary to reach you. Burns and his team at Emory University found that your dog's brain activates its reward center in direct response to your presence and attention. A dog that stops trying to communicate has not become easygoing. They have simply stopped believing their signals matter to you. Acknowledgement does not require an elaborate response. Eye contact, one word, one moment of presence. That is enough to say, "I see you." Your dog chewed something, pulled down the trash, had an accident, and your first response was volume. In bold dogs, shouting functions as attention and reinforces the behavior. In sensitive dogs, it creates fear with no information attached. Horowitz at Barnard College found that dogs respond to your emotional state right now, not to the thing they did 12 minutes ago. Andix and Mikloshi at Eötvös-Loránd University, published in Science, showed that your dog processes your tone in one hemisphere and your words in another. They hear everything. Research consistently shows that punishment-based responses increase anxiety and neurologically impair a dog's ability to process new information. Mark the behavior calmly, redirect immediately, reward when they do the right thing. This sequence works because it works with the dog brain, not against it. Your dog presses against your legs, climbs toward your face, drapes across you at the worst possible moment, and you push them away. Dogs do not experience physical rejection as a boundary. They experience it as the social signal of being excluded from the group they love. In dog social structure, pressing against another, sleeping in contact, moving together. This is how dogs say you are mine and I am yours. A growing body of evidence on canine social behavior indicates that isolation is not a neutral state for pack animals. It is a form of measurable biological stress. Repeated physical rejection over time produces what researchers call insecure attachment. Dogs that seek contact obsessively or stop seeking it altogether. Use language, not physical force. Teach off, teach place. And when you are available, make that contact genuinely warm and intentional. Your dog has been alone for 10 hours in silence with no enrichment, no play, no contact. And you wonder why the furniture is destroyed. Veterinary researchers have documented that social isolation in pack-adapted animals produces chronic cortisol elevation. The destruction, the barking, the anxiety are not character flaws. They are symptoms of boredom, of loneliness, of unmet social needs that have nowhere else to go. Daily walks that allow sniffing, play that matches their energy, 15 minutes of genuine presence. Not on your phone, not distracted, just there. Your dog has one life, and the center of that life is not the house, not the bowl, not the toys. It is you, and only you. Think back to every moment we covered. The bowl you reached toward, the greeting you amplified, the crate you pointed to in anger, the laugh you let out when they were trembling, the pat they endured in silence, the rules that changed by your mood, the paw you scrolled past, the voice you raised at something they could not connect to, the push that said, "Not now," and the day, somewhere, when they quietly stopped expecting you to answer. Every single one of those things was love. Love that simply had not yet learned the language your dog was born already speaking. Your dog is not asking for perfection. They are asking for consistency, presence, and the willingness to understand them on their own terms. It was never the wrong kind of love. It was just love. One conversation away from becoming everything your dog already believes you are.